Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are getting ready for semifinal number 1 out in the water. We are going to see Pierre Louis Costa versus the Brazilian Uri Valadao. They are out in the water getting ready to start it off. And Uri Valadao, the Brazilian, very, very strong force to be reckoned with. And PLC, the French phenom, backflip extraordinaire.
Yeah, we have the 2008 world champ in Uri Valadao out in the water with Pierre Louis Costa, who currently sits 7th on the world tour, but everybody ahead of him has already been put out of competition. He came in 1,300 points behind Jeff Hubbard, has an opportunity to go to the final. If he wins this, he gains 2,000 points, and adding whatever points are allotted to Jeff for his 4th round appearance, Pierre's going to make up a lot of ground. He could very well jump up into the world number 2 spot going into the final event at Fronton.
This event is a big, big cash purse, and because of that, there were points added to the point system. 2,200 points are up for grabs for first place, and that's those extra 200 points can be a make or break at the very end of the tour rankings.
And while we're waiting for action to start out in the water, we're going to take a look at that last wave Dave Hubbard had, the 9.65.
Oh, my Lord. This is absolutely a perfect ride. I'm still scratching my head. There was one judge that gave him a 10. Shout-outs to that judge because this wave was unbelievable. Big carves off the top, barrel ride, and a floater. I mean, he did it all on that wave. Amazing wave for David Hubbard at 9.65 on that wave. And look at him right here. He is pumped right there. So David Hubbard, he's going to have a fun time tonight. Somebody's going to have a party. This is Puerto Rico. It's all about having a good time on the island, and I love it.
Yes. Power, style, execution. He killed it on that wave. Congratulations to Dave Hubbard on an excellent performance.
Gracias. Yes, okay. We got our Sprite handed to us. Nice, cool Sprite. We do have a couple seconds to go, and check this out. Action Jackson, you and I went down and enjoyed some of this in Puerto Rico.
Yes. Manny doing some zip lining at Toro Verde. I cannot get enough of that clip. I had so much fun. There you can see Manny Vargas doing his best Superman impersonation. That zip line, over a mile in length, 825 feet above the ground, up in the mountains in Orvocas here in Puerto Rico. If you get a chance, you got to go.
The riders in this competition, they're used to flying high. These guys are hitting the lip and just flying 10, 12 feet above the wave and coming down for the landing. That's the closest I can get to flying. And now I have a little sensation of what these guys are feeling when they skyrocket off the wave and doing these big maneuvers.
I tell you what, Manny, when we went ziplining, I felt like a superhero up there. The only thing missing was the cape.
And those tight leotards. Okay, out in the water, semifinals, heat number 2. Uri Valadao in the red jersey, Pierre Louis Costa in the yellow jersey. Waiting patiently. The heat has started. 30-minute semifinals. Here we go. Who are you going for?
Honestly, I'm going to side with Pierre Louis Costa. I want to see this kid get into the thick of things in title contention. Since he came onto the World Tour, everybody has been saying this kid is a future world champion, and here's an opportunity for him to prove it. So I'm looking to see PLC step up, win the semi, make it to the final, and, close the gap between him and the world number 1, Jeff Hubbard.
He can totally do it. PLC, he's known for his backflips, and this kid, I mean, we say it all the time, he can do backflips on the snap of a finger. He is definitely has a shot at the title.
Sometimes I think PLC does backflips in his sleep, Manny, because the way he does maneuvers out in the water, unbelievable. We've seen him at contests, big conditions, going for flips completely in a reckless manner. Doesn't care what the effect on his body is. You know, he's actually.
Look at this. Jackson, live
here
action.
He is. PLC up and riding, driving down the line on the left. And speaking of which, hits a flip, comes around and out through the whitewater. Speak of the devil.
Yes, PLC can do backflips on any wave in any conditions. In fact, he's the only bodyboarder to have on film to come as close as anybody has come to doing a double backflip. So can he do it in this competition? We will see, but here's another look of his first wave.
Yes, here's a replay. He drops in, drives down the line, projects up, and flips out of that barrel section, sticks his fins in the water to swing around, gets it around in the whitewater, comes out, completes the maneuver. That's Pierre-Louis Costas' bread and butter in competition is the backflip. And there you see a 7.0 to start off this heat.
Not bad at all to have that 7.0 as your first wave to start off your heat. Again, PLC, this guy, a definite world title contender either this year or in the near future. He has a shot.
You were talking about how he's come very close to completing the double flip. He's also landed flips in some of the biggest surf ever seen on the World Tour. He was landing flips in Peru last year that, you know, absolutely massive. I don't know how he didn't break ribs on the landing.
Yes, I don't know how he's able to go out there day after day and just pull it off. But you know what? These guys are physically fit. His board of choice, a 41-inch polypropylene one-stringer with mesh, and that's what he needs to be able to pull off these maneuvers.
Well, another thing that doesn't hurt with PLC and his riding abilities and his training and his fitness level, one, he has an amazing girlfriend in his girlfriend Ruth who travels with him, is always on the beach shooting photography, taking pictures and video. Plus, for the longest time, one of his favorite travel friends, he would travel a lot with Mario Laverne, who has a world title. Pierre looking for a world title of his own.
Yes, he is. And it's great to have his lady go with him everywhere, and so they can do some studying on the replays and the footage they captured. So PLC, not much on that wave. He doesn't have priority. Uri Valadao, the Brazilian, in the red jersey had priority, so he tried to catch something. Look at this, the Hubbard brothers on the stage, getting ready to go out in semifinal number 2. David Hubbard talking about the waves, visualizing.
Yeah, they can see Jeff and Dave talking about it, looking at the conditions. Dave has another heat coming up shortly. Jeff out of competition, so he's basically on the beach cheering on his brother, moral support.
Yes, and I can say for a fact that the other brother, the other Hubbard, Mike Hubbard, and the rest of the family, Liz and the whole crew, Heather, all of them are watching, even though it is very early in the morning in Hawaii. But the Hubbards, David Hubbard in the semifinal coming up next.
This year at the USBA season finale in New Jersey at the Jenks Pro, when Dave Hubbard won the men's national title, taking the title away from his brother Jeff, the first person down at the water's edge to help carry his brother up and grab the trophy was his brother Jeff Hubbard.
Yes, Jeff Hubbard. Great support. I would love to have Jeff Hubbard in my support crew. I mean, having somebody like that on the beach, you know, talking strategy. That's what they were doing on the stage. Okay, the waves are coming in more consistent here. Try to be in this situation. The waves are slowing down for this heat. They're going to be fast in this heat. So there's a lot of technical things going down right now between those two. But celebration time is put on hold for David Hubbard because he has a heat coming up.
Dave Hubbard trying to refocus for his semifinal appearance in the men's division after having won the drop knee title here at the Encanto Pro and up and riding Uri Valadao on his first wave. Throws a nice spin off the top there. You can see water footage from Seamus Makem out there. Nice down the line shot looking right into the barrel. You got a good glimpse of Uri Valadao shifting his weight up on the board, throwing his legs up and crossing them behind his back, using the momentum to propel him around and a spin off the top there. Nice clean maneuvering from Uri Valadao on that one. Unfortunately, not much to work with after that. So a 3.25 for his efforts. As we've seen in modern-day bodyboarding, the way things are now, spins and reverses on the open face of a wave are not going to score as high as lip maneuvers and aerial maneuvers.
All right, all of these guys, now the contenders. We are taking the world title to the next stop, El Fronton. Check this out.
this is some place where
Front
aerial maneuvers count.
can do you a big mass in your head and your body. Just right, just left, just able. The wave has a lot of power. You can do every maneuvers that you can imagine to compete with the pro bodybuilders in fronton. It's the dream of all the Canadian people.
Coming at the end of the season, stop number 8 of 8. And we're talking about lip maneuvers and aerial maneuvers being scored high with the judges. If there's a place where those maneuvers are absolutely critical, it's fronton.
Here's a look of what we missed during that play, the fronton trailer. It is Uri Valadao coming out of the barrel. Does he come out? Actually, we're watching what you are watching, and that's it. He does come out of a barrel, and I believe that is the only move that he did on that wave. But actually ends this wave with a roll. So Uri Valadao on his second wave right there, and the judges scored a 5.0, the average score for that wave. Just a smaller wave, a barrel ride. It looked longer because it was in slow-mo, but it was a quick barrel ride and a roll at the end of that wave.
Well, it wasn't a big wave, plus it wasn't a wide-open barrel. It wasn't a very defined barrel or a clean exit, but Uri able to maneuver through it nonetheless, scoring a 5.0, finishing it off with the roll. So not a bad wave, mid-range score. He will definitely look for something a little higher on the next one. Again, Uri, one of the title contenders coming into this event. His hopes are still alive, but he needs to continue to progress through this event. Ultimately, for him to have a shot at getting back into the title hunt, he needs to win this event.
All right, so that's the situation for Uri Valadao, the Brazilian, in the red jersey, and PLC, the French phenom, in the yellow jersey, waiting patiently for his next wave. PLC in the yellow jersey, trying to build on his second highest scoring wave, a 3.25. Again, these are 30-minute semifinals. Top 2 waves will be scored. 4 judges are on the panel. Wait, hold that thought. Here we go. Uri Valadao in red. Nothing there for Uri, and a great shot from Seamus Makem.
I've been touching on the rankings and paying close attention to those all morning because they're really going to come into play for the season finale at Fronton. Coming into this event, Uri was 13th in the rankings. Pierre currently sits 7th in the ranking. Everybody ahead of PLC has already been eliminated. For Uri to really have a shot, he basically needs to knock out PLC and, like I said, go to the final. But Magno Oliveira also in the running. There you can see Jeff helping Dave loosen up for the next heat. Unbelievable support system there between the brothers.
Look at the physical fitness of David Hubbard. He has a 12-pack right there. And Jeff Hubbard, his brother, is hiding a 12-pack as well. David Hubbard getting ready.
Yeah, and Dave's looking at a really nice payoff, not only winning the Drop Me Pro, that's going to be a big check right there, but he's in the semis, he's in the money rounds, he's looking for that first place check from the men's division too.
Oh man, he can. Yeah, his bank account is just going to go out of the roof if it's in the bank account with all the economy thing going on. But David Hubbard can walk away with a lot of cash.
Yes, he's trying to walk away from Puerto Rico, fly back home with some serious coin in his pocket.
That's coming up next, semifinal number 2. David Hubbard versus Magno Oliveira. Don't go anywhere. We're winding down the last day of the live broadcast and the event in Canto Pro, Puerto Rico. So if you want to catch up with the latest and greatest video clips, where should we send them?
Be sure to go to youtube.com/IBA World Tour, the official IBA YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. You'll get instant messages to your email account as soon as videos and highlights are uploaded. Also, heats on demand. You can catch every heat from the 2011 tour season on youtube.com.
PLC on this left, a big backflip.
Whoa!
Tons of speed right there and hits it perfectly. Again, PLC, the French phenom, the backflip specialist, putting one together right there for you and for him in this semifinal number 1.
That was a nice one. Here we have the replay. Pierre taking off, driving down the line, staying about mid-pace. He drops down a little bit, then angles his board, projects up top, sees this oncoming section, and there it is,
wow,
Manny.
Look at that.
The bread and butter move from PLC. A nice, big, clean flip. Gets it around in the whitewater. 8.0 on that one. Even better than the first one.
Wow, Uri Valadao, if he wants a shot, he's got to go all out now. Right now, he needs a 10-point scoring wave to take that first place spot away from PLC. 18 minutes remaining. We're almost at the halfway mark.
Uri Valadao just about in combination situation. He needs a 10, but I don't know if we're going to see anybody pull out a perfect 10 today unless one of those set waves comes through.
It's totally possible for these guys to get a perfect 10. It's all relative. The judges know how to adapt to the conditions, and you have to be consistent, and they've been doing a great job. Shout out to Chico, the head judge for this event, and the rest of the judging panel for holding it down. Juan Santos is on the live mic on the beach commentary. He's been on cue to make sure that all the competitors know exactly where they sit in the heat. So Juan Santos, judges, great job, people, and the production crew as well.
We have just over 17 minutes remaining out in the water, and there you can see in red Uri Valadao taking a look at this one. He's going to let it roll by. Currently out in the water, Pierre-Louis Costas in the yellow jersey with a combined score of 15, putting his Pride bodyboard to the test. A couple of big flips, a 7.0 and an 8.0 for a combined 15. He's been abusing that board. That 41-inch Polypro board from Pride Bodyboards that he's sponsored by, absolutely putting that thing to the test right now out there in the water.
That's right. So PLC leading the charge, 15.0 for PLC. Uri Valadao, 8.25. And that's it. We are at the 16-minute mark left in this heat. Coming up next, we will see David Hubbard versus Magno Oliveira for semifinal number 2. The winner will advance on to the final in the men's division.
And there, a nice panning view of the setup here at Middles in IBA, Puerto Rico. We've had to do some restructuring down there on the beach because when the swell came in at 6 to 8 foot with bigger sets, there were 10-foot bombs coming in at one point. It was washing up onto the beach. They had to move the competitors area. A lot of the sponsor tents had to be moved around. I know I had to help push the hot dog cart, and that thing weighed a ton.
That's right. I thought you came back a little more sweaty than usual. Here we go. Up and running. Uri Valadao sneaking under the lip. Nice carve. Nice bottom turn. He's in there forever. Comes out a big roll to exit that barrel. That is a barrel roll that Jackson was talking about. Here's a combination of spins coming into that inside section. Uri Valadao now pulling out all the Brazilian competitive moves that he has, coming into the 1-2 foot range in the inside section, but a great wave for Uri Valadao. Nice barrel riding, nice roll, nice spins.
That was a really nice barrel here.
Nice
also,
shot.
really nice shot from our water cameraman, Seamus Makem. Uri Valadao driving through that barrel, comes out, rolls out of the barrel, and continues on to tie together some combination maneuvers. And it's solid wave riding.
Yeah, so he wasn't even out of the barrel, and he's already thinking about what to do when he exits. He's already concentrating on that move as he comes out of the barrel. So Uri Valadao, great wave, and the judges are going to award that wave an 8.25. A great wave. Now he's building on his 5.0 wave, his lowest second score, his second highest scoring wave of 5.0. Now he's chasing a 6.75. Uri Valadao.
Having the wave knowledge to transition from barrel riding to rolling out of the barrel is one of those skills that once you learn it, that's what helps separate the boys from the men in the world of competitive bodyboarding.
Unreal. Look at this. Here we are back in the competitors area. Well, that's where they're chilling out down on the beach to get that front row view. The competitor area actually behind the dunes, but the competitors in that competitors area, they're watching a big LCD screen on in the area, and so they get to see replays and stuff.
They have options, yeah. You can watch the live action as it's going down in the water, or you can hang out in the competitors' tent and watch on that nice big 42-inch flat screen.
And Uri Valadao heading back out. You can see him duck his head on the way out. The water is really warm here. We were out there yesterday, and it was just hot. You got to duck your body in because you're paddling, you're working up a sweat, and you don't even know you're sweating in the warm water because it's hot outside. The air temperature is warm too, so these guys have their work cut out for them as far as keeping hydrated.
We've been emphasizing how beautiful Puerto Rico is and how amazing the waves are, but you have to keep in mind it is a tropical location with the water running at about 85 degrees and the heat and humidity and moisture in the air. You need to stay hydrated here. So if you're on vacation or if you're already here, you want to be sure to stay hydrated when you're cruising here in Puerto Rico, whether you're in San Juan, North Coast, West Coast, Northeast section, here in Isabela. Here we have some frame by frame of Isabela. Absolutely beautiful around here, so scenic. I've been saying it throughout the competition. This portion of the island, Isabela itself, is known as the Garden of the Northwest. And there's a reason there. You can see the tropical foliage. All of this plays into Puerto Rico being known as Isla de Encanto.
Yes, the Encanto Pro, the Enchanted Pro is what it is. The Enchanted Island, you see it on the license plate, Isla de Encanto, the Enchanted Island. Unbelievable. I think I need to raise some money and go halves on buying a house here. So if we win the lottery, we'll get a house at Pipe, and we'll get a house here in Isabela. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea to me, Manny. In the meantime, my wife and I are already planning a return visit in January. My wife has been watching, has seen the footage, seen the pictures have been posting up on Facebook. And, the pictures alone of the horses on one side of our place and the ocean on the other side, she's like, we have to come back here together.
Yes, indeed. And look at this guy right now setting up, getting ready for semifinal number 2 against David Hubbard, Magno Oliveira. This guy is a contest machine. We have yet to see him in a final, and this could be it. He just has to take out David Hubbard.
Manny, while I took a break earlier, I was cruising around on the beach, and I stopped to talk with Magno. I'll finish that thought later.
All right, Uri Valadao dropping in on this one. Another great shot from Seamus Makeup. Comes around that section. Not much there for Uri Valadao, so he cuts out, makes his way back out to the lineup. As you were saying,
I was speaking with Magno down on the beach earlier after his quarterfinal win, and he was discussing the quarterfinal and his approach for the semifinal. He knows he's still in play for the world title, but he said during his quarterfinal and again in the semi, he needs to play well, play it smart. Strategy comes into play.
Jackson, check this out. PLC way behind the section, comes around the bottom. Look at this, a big backflip.
Whoa!
My. Oh, what a great shot, and he will claim it. He loves it. Textbook backflip. Great angle shot from Seamus Makeup. The guys are loving it. Great move right there. They want to see their boy PLC advance on, and look at that, Ryan Hardy showing it. Everybody's
and there you can see Jeff Hubbard raising his hand saying that deserves a 10.
We will see what the judges have to say. Everything was textbook on that wave. Let's take another look.
Here we go. PLC Woo! Dropping in, driving off the bottom. The bottom turn, setting this up. He projects perfectly off this and absolutely nails it. Huge projection, perfect execution. Unbelievable. All I can say about that, Manny, is wow.
I got goosebumps, dude. That was amazing. PLC, yes, holding it, claiming it. Making sure the judges, your eyes,
perfect 10.
Oh,
perfect 10.
Unbelievable. That was amazing. So PLC now is far ahead of Uri Valadao. Uri needing a 9.76. Unbelievable. Everybody, thank you for tuning in for some unreal action here at the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico. Manny V and Steve Action Jackson come to you live.
Unreal. So now PLC with a combined score of 18 out of 20. Uri Valadao still has about 9.5 minutes remaining, but he needs a 9.76. PLC doing work out there. It's like artwork out there.
Oh, my Lord.
Can we please see that again?
Production crew, where you at? Can we see it again? Please get it ready, and let's see what we got. Take us through it, Jackson.
Here it is, again, dropping in, driving off the bottom. Hits perfectly, perfect timing, perfect execution. Absolutely kills this.
I can't believe it. If the Phenom crew in France are watching, or anybody in France, you better let out a cheer right now and let this guy hear it all the way across the Atlantic. Unbelievable wave for PLC.
And claiming it, fist in the air. If this doesn't get you spewing your cookies and freaking out, you better check your pulse.
That was unbelievable. Great 10-point ride from PLC. And again, this is unbelievable action. If you're just tuning in, this is the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico, and we thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Nunito, I just got your message. Thank you for tuning in. It has been amazing. I hope you've been watching the entire event. Non-stop action this entire week here on the northwest side of paradise for the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you for tuning in.
So I just ate my words thanks to PLC. I said I didn't know if we'd see another 10 in this event. PLC proving me wrong.
You know what? I think that fist claim at the end of that ride wasn't for the judges. It was actually for you and saying, take that, Jackson.
You know what? I'll take it because for pure entertainment value, as a lover of bodyboarding, that was amazing to see.
Yes, if you watch that live, you can tell. You know what? It's a 10-point ride. Can we see that again, please? Jackson, thank you. All right, here we go.
Dropping in, driving off the bottom. Again, setting it up with the bottom turn. Manny, walk me through the rest of it.
All right, look at the timing. Impeccable. This is the backflip phenom. This is the French phenom, PLC. The landing, a little harsh, but you know what? Pulls it around, and that is it. PLC, the master of the backflip. The closest documented riding of a possible double backflip landing was by this guy, but here, a perfect 10, PLC claiming it.
Woo! Unbelievable. We saw a perfect 10 yesterday from Isabella Souza, and then today here in the semifinals, Pierre-Louis Costas busting out a perfect 10, a massive backflip.
Okay, I think the production guys have to readjust our levels because we just went absolutely crazy on that last wave from PLC. So we apologize if we're blowing out your speakers on your laptop or on your computer, but that was unbelievable to watch. Coming up next is semifinal number 2, Dave Hubbard versus Magno Oliveira, and we have 6 minutes remaining in this semifinal. But you know what? Uri Valadao, we cannot count him out.
You know, Manny, I am sweating to death right now, and it's not even all from the humidity. After getting all amped up on that big flip, that perfect 10, man, I need a breather.
Here, take my sweat rag.
It's all good, man. I have a handkerchief of my own to wipe away the sweat.
I don't see it on the table. Grab them. PLC waiting patiently now to see if Uri Valadao, who has priority, will catch the next wave. He's in the hunt for a 9.76. So you have your handkerchief, your Brazilian handkerchief. What's that all about?
The American flag handkerchief is back at the hotel, but I do have my Brazilian one that I carry in respect for my wife.
Awesome. Well, I hear some cheers downstairs. I believe that is either semifinalists going out to the water or the female finalist, Isabella Souza. She is the Brazilian that absolutely got everybody's jaw dropping to the sand yesterday in her beautiful semifinal performance.
Yes, Isabella Souza with an 8.0 and a perfect 10, an 8.5 and a perfect 10 on first 2 waves. Killed it. Meanwhile, killing it out in the water. We have PLC and Uri Valadao up and riding on that one, a quick up and down. That one's not going to help his cause any.
Priority has now been given to PLC, Uri Valadao. I don't know why he went for that smaller wave. I think he's getting a little anxious. He's got time. 5 minutes remaining. Drop it down a couple gears. Breathe. Relax. There is still hope for Uri Valadao to knock out PLC, but he's got to work hard.
With 5 minutes remaining, and in the situation he's in, he needs to maintain composure out there. That's a key with competitive bodyboarding. Even when somebody's putting up big scores, you have to find a way to stay focused out in the water, maintain composure, and take care of the job at hand. Take care of what's in front of you.
All right, little lull in the action out the back, Jackson. So let's do a quick. We do have the IBAWorldTour.com merchandise shop. So if you go to IBAWorldTour.com, click on shop. Wait, hold on. Hold that thought. We see some paddling out the back. PLC and Uri setting up. Looks like Uri's taking a better look at this one. PLC paddling away. So sets are still rolling in. Puerto Rico has been delivering the goods as far as the waves are concerned. So currently out in the water, semifinal heat number 1 in the men's division. Uri Valadao taking a look and opts not to go. So again, we do have the IBA shop. IBAWorldTour.com. Click on shop up above on the navigation bar, and you will see these products. Beanies for sure. I know it's getting cold in some of these areas. We do have the iPhone 4 cover. If you don't have one of these, your bodyboarder, get it. And what else do we got? Our shirts also available, white and black, IBA International. Hats, black, white, navy. Everything is online as well as.
Don't forget.
Oh, wait up.
Pre-order your 2012 calendar. Up and riding. Uri Valadao driving on this right. He's going to kick out. That one, smaller wave, was going to section off on him, so he kicks out and paddles back for another.
So the 2012 calendar.
That's going to be hanging on my wall come January. So
action.
Yes.
Action out the back.
PLC driving down the line on the left. Look at this. Going up top, and he's going to kick out. It looked like he kind of caught a little chop there, and then it threw off his line, so he just kicked out on that one.
Okay, so priority now going back to Uri Valadao out on the outside. And you see another rider out the back. That is Dave Hubbard. He is coming up in the next heat, so he's going to stand off to the side or sit off to the side and wait for his heat to start in around 3 minutes remaining in this heat. So since we still have your attention, IBAWorldTour.com/survey. That's where the viewer, the bodyboarders of the world can voice their opinions and suggestions, and we just want to know what you're thinking.
Where do you want to see the World Tour go in 2012? Make your voice heard. You, the global bodyboarding community, can have a say. Also, when you fill out your information and submit your suggestions and your voting, you enter into a drawing to win an autographed shirt from the new 2011 Drop Knee World Champion, Damien King from Australia.
Awesome. You can't win that. You can't win that rash guard unless you sign the survey. So what do you got to lose? Go for it. Do it after. Of course, do it after the live action because you don't want to miss any of the action here at the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico.
You know, Manny, I looked at the survey the other night, went online, filled out my suggestions. There's some interesting places listed on there. Not only the spots that have been on this year's World Tour, which has been an absolute dream tour for not only the tour itself, but the riders and the bodyboarding community who has been tuning in all year long to watch on IBA World Tour and Red Bull TV. But there's spots like Cloudbreak in Fiji, Japan, all kinds of exotic locales and interesting locales around the world. Meanwhile, out in the water from France,
PLC looking for this inside section. Carving reverse right there. Beautiful, nice carving reverse off the top from PLC. Did he pull it off? I don't think so. He did not come in front of the whitewash, so that will be deemed incomplete. So PLC making his way back out into the lineup. And here he is standing on the reef. 1 minute to go. Look at this, out the back. Uri Valadao, big backflip as well. Another great shot from Seamus Maycomb in the water. And Uri Valadao, he's coming to the inside section. Was it as big? Is it going to be a 10-point ride? If it is, that's going to put him in first place. He's chasing a 9.76, so we will see what the judges have to score for that one. That could be kind of tight.
Maneuvering like that is part of the reason why he was 2008 world champ. He doesn't go down without a fight, and he can pull out the big move when he needs to.
So he's been here before. The pressures and everything else to pull off a win is in effect. Check it out.
Here you can see the replay. Driving off the bottom, hits that section perfectly.
Wow.
Gets good rotation on it, lands back mid-face, gets it around clean. That was a solid flip from Uri. Yeah, I don't think it was as big as Pierre, 7.4, but still, solid wave there. That will help his cause. That's one of his new high scores for the heat.
And you know what? We can hear in the background the beach commentary by Juan Santos counting it down, and there is the horn. PLC advances on to the final in the men's division. France is cheering for their French rider, PLC. The Phenom crew, we know you're watching, and the French Phenom himself, PLC, is a happy camper. He's moving on to the final.
Pierre-Louis Costas, we will see you in the final coming up in a little bit.
He's getting closer to the open door that has been left open by the three top contenders for the world title, Jeff Hubbard, Guilherme Tamega, and Ryan Hardy. Let's take another look at his beautiful 10-point backflip.
Here he is driving off the bottom, hits off the perfect part of that section. Unbelievable projection and execution.
Wow.
Gets it. There you can see the hard landing. That's one of the things with big maneuvers. If you go up high, you've got a long way to come down. It's going to be a hard landing. Pierre, up to the challenge, handles it perfectly. There you can see him claiming it. Perfect 10.
Wow, he is stoked on that wave. So PLC, great performance by both PLC and Uri Valadao, but Uri Valadao coming up a little short in that heat. So